I'm calling the president. President, we need a National Guard. We need as many men as you can spare because we are killing the Patriots.
Fire's complete. It's Shannon Sharpe.
They coming. Help is on the way.
Before the podcasts, before the viral interviews, before he became one of the loudest voices in sports media, Shannon Sharpe was dominating the NFL in a way the league had never seen from a tight end. This wasn't a role player. This wasn't a safety valve. This was a matchup nightmare. When Shannon Sharpe stepped onto the field for the Denver Broncos, defenses didn't just adjust. They panicked. Linebackers were too slow. Safeties were too small. Cornerbacks were too weak. No matter who lined up across from him, someone was about to get exposed. At 6 feet 2 inches, over 220 pounds, with wide receiver speed and elite route running, Sharpe brought a combination the NFL simply wasn't ready for. This was an era when tight ends were expected to block first and maybe catch a pass if they got lucky. Sharpe flipped that expectation and turned the position into a weapon. He stretched the field, he ran routes like a receiver, he punished defenders after the catch. And when the game was on the line, he delivered. This wasn't finesse football. This was controlled dominance. They tried jamming him at the line. He beat them off the snap. They doubled him. He found the soft spot anyway. They hit him early. He got up smiling. Because physical football didn't intimidate Shannon Sharpe. It fueled him. He didn't just want to win. He wanted to dominate. And dominate he did. Sharpe became the first tight end in NFL history to surpass 10,000 receiving yards. A milestone that proved this wasn't a hot streak. This was evolution. This was the blueprint for the modern tight end. Before Travis Kelce, before George Kittle, before the league embraced hybrid weapons, there was Shannon Sharpe. And he wasn't just putting up numbers, he was winning championships. 3 of them. Super Bowl 32, Super Bowl 33, Super Bowl 35. 3 rings, 2 franchises, 1 legacy built on delivering when the lights were brightest. With the Denver Broncos, he helped bring a championship to a franchise that had waited decades. With the Baltimore Ravens, he added veteran leadership and clutch play to one of the most dominant teams in NFL history. Big moments didn't scare him, they summoned him. 3rd down, red zone, playoff pressure. That's when Sharpe showed up the loudest, not just with his play, but with his presence. Because Shannon Sharpe didn't whisper confidence, he broadcasted. He talked, he laughed, he let defenders know exactly what was coming, and then he did it anyway. That wasn't arrogance, that was preparation meeting opportunity. That was a man who knew the work he put in and dared anyone to stop him. He didn't just play football, he imposed his will on the game. And when the cleats came off, most players fade into memory. Shannon Sharpe expanded his legacy. Some players retire. Sharpe reloaded. He took that same energy, that same confidence, that same unfiltered truth and brought it to sports media. On Club Shay Shay, he built more than a show. He built a platform where athletes and cultural figures tell real stories without filters. Honest conversations, viral moments, locker room energy brought to the public. And when it's time for football talk with humor, edge, and real perspective, he links up with fellow NFL legend Chad Johnson on the nightcap. 2 legends, 1 microphone, 0 filters. Stories from the trenches, debates that feel like the locker room never closed. Together, they've turned post-game analysis into must-watch content. Because fans don't just want stats, they want truth from players who lived it. And Sharpe delivers that every time he speaks. But make no mistake, the media success didn't create his legend, it extended it. The foundation was built on dominance, on grit, on championships, on redefining a position. Shannon Sharpe didn't just change how tight ends played, he changed what they were allowed to be. A weapon, a leader, a superstar. From Super Bowl glory to media dominance, Shannon Sharpe proved greatness doesn't end when the game clock hits 0. It evolves. Welcome to the Empire. If you want daily football content that respects the history and the culture, like, subscribe, and join the Empire. Because in this league, you're either watching or you're part of it.